When we talked about the Sumerians, writing, and Babylon in the previous episode, I'm sure one question immediately came to your mind. All right, but where were Göbekli Tepe, Karahan Tepe, and Çatalhöyük in this story? Right next to us in Anatolia? You're absolutely right. And today, when you hear what those ancient stones would tell us if they could speak, I know you'll be amazed. Because the Sumerians were not the beginning of civilization. They were the peak of a mysterious fire that had been burning in Anatolia thousands of years earlier. Today we're going on a massive journey stretching from the kings of kings, the Persians, to Alexander the Great of Macedonia, who shook the world, and all the way to the true rulers of the seas, the Black Pharaohs of Africa. We will see how civilization did not explode in just one place, but how it began awakening across the entire planet at the same time. Welcome to the Why. Grab your tea, your coffee, and let's begin. What have history books always taught us until now? First, humans discovered agriculture, then they built villages, and finally, they created temples. A lie, or at least an incomplete version of the story. Göbekli Tepe proved the opposite. At a time when humans did not even know how to farm the land, they came together purely because of their beliefs and built those enormous T-shaped pillars weighing tons. Humanity believed first and settled later. At Karahan Tepe, humans carved their own identity into stone. At Çatalhöyük, they painted the first images on walls and created one of the earliest village cultures. In other words, that first spark of consciousness born from the stones of Göbekli Tepe transformed into words in Sumer, and then into laws in Babylon thousands of years later. And now, those ideas could no longer be contained. Let's travel back to the 6th century BC. From the east, an unstoppable power was rising, Cyrus the Great. With the Persian Empire he founded, he united a massive territory stretching all the way to the Indus Valley. But the people he conquered did not remember him as a tyrant. They remembered him as a liberator. He freed the Jews who had been exiled, showed enormous tolerance and respect toward different religions, and built the world's first massive postal network and grand royal palaces. But as power grew, conflict became unavoidable. Because in the west stood the fierce children of the Aegean, the Greek city-states. And then, a young man in his 20s stepped onto the stage, Alexander of Macedonia. Alexander gathered his army and destroyed the mighty Persian Empire. But the story did not end there. When Alexander suddenly died, his empire was divided into pieces, giving birth to the incredible fusion known as the Hellenistic era. In its cities, Greek columned temples rose into the sky, while right next to them the sacred Zoroastrian fires of the East continued to burn. For the first time, East and West had come this close together. Now let's travel a little farther west to the deep blue waters of the Mediterranean. While wars raged on land, there was a people who made the sea their home, the Phoenicians. They did not have massive armies, but they had fearless sailors and extraordinary ships. They explored every corner of the Mediterranean and in 814 BC founded a legendary city in North Africa, Carthage. Carthage became so wealthy that it eventually controlled the Mediterranean. But of course, its growing power attracted the hunger of another rising beast from the west, Rome. For more than a century, these two giants fought against each other. At the end of the destruction known as the Punic Wars, Rome emerged victorious. And the Romans did not simply defeat Carthage. They destroyed it completely. They burned the city for days, and according to legend, they even sowed salt into the soil so that nothing would ever grow there again. As one civilization disappeared from the map, Rome became the new master of Africa. But was Africa only about pyramids in Egypt? Of course not. Following the Nile southward toward its source, we encounter Nubia, the kingdom of Kush. These people achieved something extraordinary. They marched into Egypt, took control of the throne, and in the 8th century BC began the era of the Black Pharaohs. And they did not stop there. In Kush, women known as Kandakes ruled the state and even led armies into battle. Traveling farther west to Nigeria, we discover the fascinating Nok culture with its mysterious sculptures. And in Mali, we find Geno, one of the great centers of ancient African trade. So you see, my friend, human consciousness was sharing the same destiny across different lands. In Anatolia, Egypt, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Asia, all at the same time. Do you see it now? This story, which began with a single carving on a stone at Göbekli Tepe, transformed into writing in Sumer, laws in Babylon, trade in Carthage, and kingdoms across Africa. Humanity had become permanent on this planet, and ideas had already crossed rivers and oceans. But wait, we are only getting started. In the next episode, we will turn our route toward the mysterious East. We will travel to the sacred river civilizations of India, the immortal dynasties of China, the island cultures of Japan, and from there, to the ancient pyramids of the Americas. Don't miss this incredible global transformation of humanity. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts with me in the comments. See you in the next episode of The Why. Take care of yourselves.